My name's Loretta Lou Harris. Friends call me Laura. I'm 38 years old. I was born in a small town in the south that y'all probably never heard of. The moment I turned 16, I ran away to the East Coast. I'm an unemployed ornithologist and a mediocre housewife. A few months ago, my husband and I moved to a farm that he got from his parents. Life here ain't exactly simple, but we get by all the time, up until 2 weeks ago anyway, when Walter up and disappeared without a trace. Mrs. Harris, I'm Frank Chambers. I'm looking for your husband. You from the police? Now I already talked to the sheriff. I ain't got nothing more to say. No, ma'am. I'm leading a private investigation. There are some people from New York, important people, who'd really like to have a word with Mr. Harris. Uh, I see, ma'am. Still, I would appreciate it if you could spare a moment of your time for me. Mind if I come in? Oh, he wiped his neck with a handkerchief. You got uh, a very lovely house, ma'am. Don't bother. I can't stand this place either. Is this Mr. Harris's house? His parents. You're not from around here, are you? Or New York, for that matter. Don't test my hospitality. Sorry, didn't mean to offend. I'm paid to ask questions, you know. But my only concern is Mr. Harris. Mainly, I need to know if he's alive or dead. Uh, I can't leave Chambers alone. Oh, sorry. Walter's hat. He bought it in New York. Oh, Walter. Walters and I by the ocean 8 years ago. Eight years ago. Damn dusty roads. These things get on my nerves. Sometimes it feels like I can hear it ticking from all the way in the bedroom. Oh, there's an axe. Ma'am, how long has Mr. Harris been gone for? Oh, cool. Oh, want something to drink? Must have been quite a journey getting down here, Mr. Chambers. Would you like something to drink? Honestly, I was hoping you asked. The kitchen's just down the hall. Scribbles. I done lost count of how many times I asked Walter to throw this nasty old thing away. Oh, you're not gonna answer that? No. Fred lemonade is all I can offer. Just water would be fine with me, ma'am. I'm a tad parched for that long drive. Seiko? Seiko? Tell me, ma'am, your husband, did he happen to leave some kind of note? Maybe a letter? He didn't. Please, I ain't for nothing if he did. Neither did the sheriff's man. Hmm. What? Seiko? Oh, there's a poison. That's a real nice almond smell in here. Almond? Oh, this is a catalog. Why? An April furniture catalog. It's got all a nuclear family could need. How are things with the novel? Did Mr. Harris finish it? Novel? Is Mr. Wallace interested in that too? No, ma'am. Just curious. Who's Mr. Wallace? Real pity that the true work of a detective isn't at all like the stuff your husband writes about. You know, it in his hard-boiled detective stories. It's the loss of the genre, Mr. Chambers. Oh, so our husband is a detective author? Detective story author. I should get Chambers some water, okay? Calendar. Another month flown by. Yes. Wait, we can poison him? Think. This humidity is killing me. He wipes his face with a handkerchief. I don't think it's been this hot since the spring of 39. Where's the music coming from? The fields. Farmers. Walter ran out the land. Guess the music helps him pass the time. His eye linger on Laura's hips. Oh! She pretends not to notice. What? I can I can poison him? Quite a shame for a fine lady like yourself. Ooh, to be stuck out in a place like this. Here's your water. You're too kind. Thank you. He dries his lips on his sleeve. So, how much land have you got here, ma'am? 60 or so acres. He whistles. Don't get too excited. It was mortgaged a long while back. May I take a look at the yard? Suit yourself. What? It's the pipes. Son of a. Got some plumbing installed. And what do you know? Sorry. I need to go down into the basement. Need a hand? No. No need to trouble yourself. Besides, you wanted to look around the place, didn't you? Okay. Can I run here? No. Can I go past this? I can. It's damp and dark down in the basement. Too damp and too dark. Smells like mold. Just like Chambers' breath, actually. Okay. I can hardly find the water pipes. At first glance, everything seems to be in order. But there's a weird buzzing sound coming from. Look closer, maybe. Looks like something stuck in one of them. Hard to say what exactly. I head back upstairs. Looks like Chambers went up to the yard. Sickle. Tell me, Mrs. Harris, where do you think your husband might be? Got any ideas? I don't. Maybe he went back to New York. He's in the well. He's in the well. He's in the well. Begging your pardon? Whoa! What shit? That sounded fucking weird. 2 weeks ago, I killed my husband. Oh. I ain't trying to make excuses, but I think I ought to tell my story from the beginning. But I am looking for forgiven by the gentleman of the jury. I knew that's impossible now, but I want to give a chance to whoever's gonna read this to maybe understand me. You see, my relationship with Walter started to fall apart long before the day he died. Long before we moved to this goddamn farm. I even liked it at the start, trading the bustling city life for a humble one out in the country. Of course, wishful thinking is all it was. Women didn't get much choice in this world. Take enough wrong turns, and before you know it, you're low class. And I was finally starting to see that all my turns were the wrong ones too. Another broken, creaky step. Nails sticking out, waiting for the right moment to finally jab into my leg. I asked Walter to fix it. Not that that did any good. Walter wasn't a bad person. He almost never drank, and even when he did, he never got violent. In all our years together, he only hit me that one time, and he felt awful about it afterwards. Still, everything about him was starting to irritate me, and I reckon the feeling was mutual. That irritation turned into a burning hatred that only got stronger after we moved out here. His snoring was like nails on a chalkboard. He'd spit everywhere like he was a damn camel, and food got stuck in his teeth all the time. But what really got under my skin was how he always reeked of onions. All the damn time. It was this disgusting oily smell that soaked into all the furniture. But you wanna know what that weird thing was? I ain't never used any onion in my cooking. A bird. Pay water bill 14th. Okay. Water bill? Let's just ignore it. Okay. Dishes? No way. We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a breaking weather update. A Category 2 cyclone has been tracked approaching from the south. Meteorologists warn to expect heavy wind and rainfall in the coming days. Okay, there's storm incoming. Ain't anything in the basement I need right now. Oh, the bird ran away anyway. Okay, the bird flew. Ooh, what is this? Walt and I met towards the end of 1929. He was a little older than me, mighty handsome, of course. He worked as a newspaper correspondent, but I couldn't tell you the name of what paper it was. They've probably quit publishing it now anyways. My mother died in 1930. Walter and I got married in 1931. I got pregnant in 1933. They called it an ectopic pregnancy, and that was following by a miscarriage. I lost my child before I ever got to be a mother. Ooh, such an ugly thing. Just looking at it gives me goose pimples. Goose pimples? What? La la la. Bottom cabinet. Oh, it's us. Mailbox to Mr. Walter Harris. Hmm. Open the letter. Hi, Daddy. How are you doing? How's Laura? I hope you're doing okay. I'm doing just fine. Sorry it took me so long to write you back. Things has been pretty crazy recently. You know how it is. Did you finish your novel? I think you did. You've been working it for so long now. Daddy, I've got some big news I want to talk about. I don't know when you'll get this letter though. Anyway, Mickey and I are gonna come visit. So let's talk in person. SWAK. Love you, Kelly. Who's Kelly? Daddy? A car. Walter calls it the Melmoth. I don't know why. I just call it moth. To me, it's more suitable name for a jalopy like this. Kelly, oh wait, is that Walter's daughter? Let's go upstairs first. Upstairs, upstairs. A woman in a wheat field. Wheat, wheat, wheat. All we got is damn wheat. Okay. What? Oh, I don't know. I don't know the combination. A guest bedroom. As I understand it, Walter's parents slept in separate bedrooms. Why? One of them harsh 1910 traditions. Walter and I turned this place upside down looking for the key, but no luck. Sure feels strange knowing I can't access certain parts of the house. Not like the house ain't big enough already. Walter always locked the bedroom door. Such a stupid habit. Like Loretta, Loretta absolutely hates Walter. uh, I'll never like going outside to use the commode. Oh, I miss my old apartment. Oh, the toilet is outside. Yikes! Bottom cabinet. What is that? Liquor. Hygiene products. Tooth powder. Shaving brush. A little mustache comb. Walter sure loved taking care of his dumb mustache. Fuck. Absolutely hate her husband. Mm. Walter? Walt got into writing around the same time. I never did understand his compulsions to write. I never lied to him, nor will I to you. But Walter ain't the most talented writer. I don't know how much confidence a man needs to want to fight against eternity. But somehow Walter had exactly that much. That's what I liked about him. Walter's first highbrow novel weren't published. He tried arguing with Joyce, Hemingway, and Faulkner. He was writing reviews on books I ain't ever heard of. But at last, Walter Harris found his niche: hard-boiled detective novels. And oh boy, it turned out to be a goldmine. Oh. At first he published his books under a pseudonym. He still had his old job. That eventually writing those thrilling, silly little stories became his career. I wasn't ever a big reader. I don't consider myself to be an intelligent woman either. Intelligent women discover new chemical elements. They write articles in liberal newspapers. They write much more than just pie receipts. They protest and fight for their rights. They demand attention and respect. But me? I never demanded anything. Oh, is that Walter? Hi, honey. We can't keep living like this. What? Where's the key? Where's the key, maybe? Walter, where's the key? What key? The bedroom key, Walter. A letter for you, Walt. What letter? Here. Who taught you to read other people's letter? Why so defensive? Are you keeping secrets from me, dear? I got nothing to do with secrets. Okay. It's just plain impolite, is all. Can't argue with that. Yeah. I guess. Better. This smells like onions too. What? Hey, Walt. Anything else? I'm trying to work. Sheesh. What is this safe? Better not touch it. Not unless I want Walter to start bitching anyway. Jeez, Walt. Guess I'll go. Something went wrong in New York. I never found out what exactly. Walter fell into a pit of debt and dragged me down there with him. He left an obscenely high deposit we paid on our apartment, packed our bags, and rented the cheapest rust bucket he could find. In the spring of 1947, we moved to the farm, to Walter's parents' old house. Edna and Douglas Harris died of typhus back in 1927, and so we jumped off the bumpy life raft that was our former life and rushed into the unknown. Suitcases? Wait, water suits? Radio? Of all Walter's sins, his adultery was the least to concern me. Let's say his gambling affected my life in a much more serious way. His adultery was pretty obvious. Walter hadn't touched me in months. Can't say I was too upset by it though. Nonetheless, I knew one thing for sure. That ginger bitch, Margaret, sure did love her onions. Oh my god. I felt trapped. I was suffocating in this cramped farmer's paradise. I could feel the noose tightening around my neck. I went to the bank. So, can you state your profession, ma'am? I'm an ornithologist. I'm an ornithologist by trade, but for now I just run the house mostly. Ornith... Excuse me, how do you spell that? Ornithologist. A scientist, the kind who studies birds. Oh, I see. And how about the man of the house, ma'am? What does he do? Walter's a writer. Huh? Wait, Walter Harris? You mean the writer? The affair with the killer? The black tulip? I see you're a fan. No, not me, I'm afraid. My wife, though. Why, she just adores his books. Who would have thought, right here in our backyard? Anyway. Well, ma'am, I'm sorry to say this, but we can't give you a loan. Well, not to you anyway. But why don't you bring your husband around next time? I'm sure we could figure something out. I was hoping not to get my husband involved. I see. It's me who needs the money, not him. In that case, ma'am, if you urgently need money, then what's stopping you from taking out the 30,000 and... What 30,000? Ah, well now, just a moment. He shuffles through his papers. Well. Yes, Oh, I beg your pardon, ma'am. That was my mistake. I just realized the 30,000 is in insurance. What insurance? What 30,000? He peers at the sheet of paper. Life insurance, ma'am. Silly of me to have missed it before. But it looks like Mr. Harris's publisher took out an insurance policy in his name. Here, see for yourself. In the event of death or disappearance, yada yada yada. Oh, you can skip this part. The beneficiary will receive a lump sum payment of $30,000. Looks like a standard contract as insurance goes. Anywho, I must apologize again. I didn't mean to cause any confusion. No, thank you. You've been a big help. Glad to hear. In that case, I'll be waiting for you and Mr. Harris to drop on by. All the best, ma'am. Oh, and do allow me to remind you that all deposits and contributions are insured with us at... That clerk's word broke through his cracked, graceless lips and disappeared into thin air. 30,000. $30,000. An incredible sum of money. It felt like the more I thought about it, the less I was able to comprehend how much money that really was. Walter, he hadn't even said a word. Why not? I remember getting this strange feeling. It was weak and not all there yet, but I felt it on the edge of my mind all the same. The moment I tried to catch it and pay attention to it, I left the bank, and the dry spring wind of the outside world dispelled that feeling as if it was never there to begin with. I must have parked over there. Wait, onion rings? Margaret? Hey, Laura. Hello, Margaret. It's so good to see you. How long it's been since we last seen each other? Come to think of it, I ain't seen Walter around much either. How he's doing anyway? Don't you tell me, you lying whore! Great. Margot, hurry up. It's busier than a blind dog in a meat house in here. Breaks over. Move those hips, girl. Alright, I'm coming. Anyway, Loretta. Oh, the girls and I are gonna see a show on Saturday. You should come join us. And, I wanted to talk. Margot! Look, I'll stop by if I'm in the neighborhood. You don't mind, right? I gotta shoot. Margot! I'm keeping your tips. Alright, I'm coming for Christ's sake. That ginger bitch. I lied, of course. I ain't no ornithologist, so never have been and never studied nowhere. Just a habitual lie I tell. I'm a working girl. I needed somewhere to survive when I moved to New York. I wanted to be a nurse, but failed the exams twice. I washed the tiles at the dinners, tried working as a waitress, tried working as a newspaper secretary, and, believe it or not, even worked at a salon. I wouldn't say I enjoyed any of it, but work is work. I read an article about a female ornithologist before. She was on an expedition of some sort. I liked it. I haven't bought the Birds of America. Ain't much of a bird lover though. Hard to love harbingers of disease. It was hotter than 6 shades of hell. I had the windows cranked all the way down and could feel the sun burning my skin through the windshield. A swarm of thoughts swirled in my mind, so I didn't notice that I was running out of gas. This old bag of bolts chugged 30 gallons to the mile, but Lady Luck smiled on me for the first time that day, and a gas station appeared out of the blue. Its concrete face rose from the middle of a cornfield. all cracked and worn, like the wrinkled face of some old woman. Funny thing was, I can't say I'd ever seen that gas station before, even though this was the only road leading home. Booze. I felt like I drank more during the prohibition than I did my entire life. Ain't touched a drink since I was 32. But with every day I spent living on this farm, I regret that decision more and more. Bell, map of unit USA. Oh, brochure. Oh, could be better. It's too hot today. You ain't wrong there, ma'am. Almost 100 degrees out. Could you fill me up for $3? Sure thing. Anything else I can get ya? What is this? I don't even know what I want. If you allow me, ma'am, I may have just the cure. For what ails ya? You do? Even proof rat poison. Even contains its own secret formula. This sucker will get rid of rats, mice, whatever plaguing ya. Smells like almonds too. Guaranteed to work. All for only $1.99. I don't think that. Bah, you know what? You look like a diligent housewife, ma'am. Why don't you take a sample on the house just for fun? For you. Oh well, I assure you, ma'am, you will not be disappointed. Uh, should we take the poison? What is this music?